Right, good evening, everyone. Lucky, I wasn't so lucky. My message that Stephen sent me was, Riley, don't beep this up. Good evening, distinguished guests, Chief Rabbi, ladies and gentlemen, and all potential nominees. It's a privilege to represent and speak on behalf of Investec and my 8,000 colleagues, many of whom are here tonight. Investec's heritage is deeply connected to the Jewish community. Through our legendary founders, Stephen Kossoff and Bernard Cantor, and we continue to remain integrally connected. I'm going to give some brief color as to Investec's journey over the last 6 years and the exciting journey that lies ahead, and how we'll continue to service entrepreneurs, businesses, business leaders, and this community. In 2019, Investec set out on a journey to simplify, focus, and grow our local international businesses, building on the unbelievable foundations that our founders had created. Our 8,000 colleagues across the globe have successfully executed on this strategy, richly rewarding stakeholders. This execution is always anchored in pursuit of our purpose, which is to create enduring worth. The group's focus is now on disciplined growth, where we have committed to increase our financial metrics and returns to the top end of our guided range over the next 5 years. The delivery of these enhanced returns will be executed primarily through the scaling of our private client franchises and the consolidation of existing businesses within the group to form a focused corporate mid-market offering in SA and the UK. We're extremely excited by this next phase in the execution of our strategy. The focus on the corporate mid-market is a natural evolution for us at Investec. We've successfully built private client and corporate investment banking franchises through deep relationships, deep specializations, and a bespoke service model. We are now applying this bespoke service model to the corporate mid-market, where the focus will be on serving businesses with turnover from 30 million to 1.5 billion. We've combined some of our existing businesses, those that would be known to you, Investec for Business, our transactional banking capability that sits in our corporate and institutional bank, are now sitting in one focused pillar, which is now Investec Commercial Banking. We are bringing the Investec private banking experience to your business. Investec Commercial Bank already serviced 3,000 clients, but we're looking to scale this to 10,000 over the next 5 years. Investec Commercial Banking will offer the full suite of product and service that any traditional business or transactional bank will provide. We look forward to bringing the Investec private client experience to your business, the experience that's the winner of the Financial Times Best Private Bank of the Year for 13 years in a row. On a personal note, I would like to say thank you to this community for the role that you've played in my personal and professional life over the last 20 years. Whether it was at Elova Chabad, various other shuls, or Friday Night Shabbos, I've learned the true sense of what community and family means. And I try and live my life day to day, and that with my family, with the principles that I have learned from Jewish colleagues and friends. So thank you to only bruchas and simchas. Right. Now to the exciting part. The winner of the Investec Business Icon Award is David Sussman.
It's your Uncle Joshua Dore bringing you my lowest prices guaranteed.
So the trade of the day within the furniture and household sector is firmly the JD Group.
The bottom line
down the line will take care of the share price going forward.
David Sussman, who is the CEO and Executive Chairman of JD Group, has been with this operation for a long time. It's the old Joshua Dore business. Remember the Bear family that sold it on?
My name is Israel David Sussman. I was born on the same day that Israel became a state. In my study, I have a framed telegram from Menachem Begin congratulating my parents.
He's got a razor-sharp intellect. He was always ahead of everybody.
David has always been regarded as corporate royalty.
He's also got the ability to absorb an enormous amount of detail.
His journey, both in life and in business, should serve as an inspiration to all of us.
After the army, I managed to get a job at Elleren's. I managed to meet with the MD of Russell's, Les Mankiewicz. He offered me a position as the admin manager of Rustel. My next task was then to get into Joshua Dore, which belonged to Russell's.
You got an uncle in the furniture business, Joshua Dore.
I landed up in the Joshua Dore Boksburg warehouse. I was assistant to the receiving clerk. Every Saturday, I didn't have to, but I wanted to be on the showroom floor. That's when we were most busy. That was the best day of the week, and I just loved being there. It only took a year or two before I became 2IC in the Joshua Dore Group, and I was responsible for the merchandising and marketing, which was my real love.
David is a rare individual, a businessman now retired, who led with vision, strength, and an unshakable moral foundation.
At that time, I thought a great possibility was the DIY business. My father-in-law gave us the seed capital, and we started our first store in Bree Street in 1983. A year later, in 84, I met Arnie Witkin. Arnie introduced me to Mervyn King. I persuaded Mervyn King to sell us Joshua Dore out of the Russell Group. He was the chairman of Kirsch Industries at the time, and they owned the Russell Group. Initially, he said, listen, Dave, you can't be serious. You've got 3 little shops, and you want to take over Joshua Dore. I said, Mr. King, I know what I'm doing. It's part of my DNA, Joshua Dore. I promise you I'll turn it around. In 95, I was already courting Pete Barnetts, who was the boss of Absa Bank. They had effective control of the Russell Group because the Russell Group was in trouble. It was after 11 at night. We were sitting in Michael Katz's dining room. The Absa guys on one side, we on the other side, hammering out contentious issues. Michael was making manual changes. Before midnight, we signed that deal. After that, we took over Profurn. They were in trouble, and that included Morkels, Barnetts, and Hi-Fi Corp.
Hi-Fi Corp! Hi-Fi Corp! Hi-Fi Corp!
And then I think in 2002, we acquired Incredible Connection.
How can we make tech easy for you today? Incredible Connection. All the solutions, all the expert service you need.
David, as a person, is always positive, motivating, and confident, also with the most engaging and delightful sense of humor.
I also became very, very sensitive to what apartheid did from an educational point of view. So in 85, I decided to start my own school. We had a little warehouse bordering Soweto. We called it the Freedom Center. I found teachers that were idealistic. They were prepared to make a difference and wanted to make a difference. Our foray into education resulted in a call from Madiba, and he said, I want you to build a school in Pongola. I said to him, Madiba, all of that will be a pleasure, but can I ask for a favor? My son and daughter-in-law are getting married on Thursday. Would you be so kind as to write a note to them? So he said, sure. He wrote a nice, affectionate note. He said, by the way, where are they getting married? I said, in Cape Town. He said, I'll be there. I'll come to the wedding. You know, there's always been like that competition between the Cape Townians and the Johannesburgers. They were asking, who the hell does Sussman think he is that they've got to go through metal detectors to get into the reception area? He turned up at the wedding and he made a speech and then left. So from all the things that one does, one never knows what is going to come from it.
His wife, Roz, has been an anchor to his deserved accomplishments.
November 2013, my wife was diagnosed with neuromyelitis optica. Neuromyelitis optica can cause you to be paralyzed and total blindness. And it was very clear it was going to be a bit of a haul, and it would have to be managed like a proper project. I contacted our non-executive chairman and I said, I'm not coming back to work. Never went back to work, focused on the task. And thank God today, my wife is as fiery as she always was. We've been married for 54 years. We've got 4 grandchildren. One is engaged to be married next year. My one grandson is Jaron Bacher, and he's Ali Bacher's grandson. So I always say that he got his cricket genes from Ali, and he got a pair of denim jeans from me. We also love being in South Africa. We love Johannesburg. The Johannesburg that we live in, we love.
I'd like to congratulate David on an award and recognition particularly well-deserved.
Kola kavod, David. Joyce and I are very proud of you, and I would expect that the Jewish community in South Africa will feel the same way.
So that's my story.
You got an uncle in the furniture business, Joshua Dore.
Very good. David is actually in Israel at the moment, and so I believe we're going to cross via Zoom to him. That works.
It certainly does work.
Super.
At the outset, firstly, to the Chief Rabbi, to the Investec executive, to Howard and the panel, I want to thank you most sincerely for this accolade. Howard will attest that when he put it to me, I was really gobsmacked. I was taken aback, and I'm truly very grateful. To have put this video together required a fair amount of effort. Adrian, the director, was in Guatemala. Andrea was in Johannesburg, and I'm in Tel Aviv. So Adrian had to get up at the crack of dawn to facilitate the recording of this interview. So I thank you guys for really going the extra mile. To Arnie and Motti, who are icons in their own right, I thank you guys for the sentiment you expressed. I said to both of them earlier on, I just hope they're not subjected to any lie detector testing, because they really went to town. Thank you very much. And then, of course, to the sponsors, Investec, who happen to be my bank as well. It was only today that I was reminded of just how great a bank Investec was. I tried to load a new card from a competitor bank onto my phone. I had to verify myself, so I had to phone this call center in, I don't know where it is, but after 10 minutes of hanging on, they killed my call. I'll try again tomorrow. That does not happen at Investec. Roz and I will be back in South Africa in 36 days and 3 hours' time. We love South Africa. We admire the South African Jewish community. It's always punched above its weight. I remember in my early days of articles, we were doing a joint audit with Brink, Roos and de Tooy, and Rex Papenfuss, who was their senior manager, was talking about how prominent the Jewish business community is. And then I said to him, Rex, how many Jews do you think there are in South Africa? And he said it must be 3-4 million. And that's exactly the point that was made earlier on. We've always punched above our weight. I have no doubt that we will continue to punch above our weight. Roz and I can't wait to get back to South Africa. We love being in Israel, but we love being in South Africa just as much. To all of you, thank you again. Keep well. God bless you all, and God bless South Africa.